With the housing crisis front and centre of the election campaign, there are calls for more older Aussies to sell and free up bigger homes. But faced with massive financial barriers to do so, many are staying put. So does the government need to sweeten the deal?
The quarter-acre block, the picket fence, the pool, the big backyard. When it came to chasing the great Australian dream, Aussie baby boomers came, saw and conquered.
It's where I live.
We've lived here all our lives.
If someone tells you to move out, you'd be pretty resistant to it.
Heck, no, never. No, it's my home. No.
And even though their oversized nests are now empty, just 19% of empty nesters have moved into a smaller house after their kids moved out. Only 13% are considering it, while almost 70% have no plans to downsize at all. The group most likely to hold on to their bigger homes, also the wealthiest, those earning $200,000 a year or more.
I don't think you need such a big house as you get older.
My house is too big. It's 4 bedrooms and it's just me. And there are some rooms in the house that I don't even go into all day.
But property experts say it's unfair to expect older Aussies to downsize when there's so little incentive.
There are financial barriers blocking older Australians in the big family home, which of course is keeping too many younger Australians trapped in housing limbo.
The Retirement Living Council says they've got the fix, increasing the age pension test threshold from $314,000 to $550,000 and giving downsizers easier access to Commonwealth rent assistance, meaning boomers can actually afford to sell their homes.
There are too many older Australians who are considered to be asset-rich but income poor, and when they realise that their age pension will be impacted if they were to sell the big family home, it's keeping them trapped there for good.
But while removing those financial barriers could unlock nearly 60,000 family homes nationwide, there are emotional barriers too. 80% of empty nesters say they're open to the idea of their kids returning to the nest.
There's many reasons why older Australians are trapped in the big family home. Some relate to a feeling of sentimentality. You know, they might have lived in that home for 30 years. They might have moved there after they got married, had a family, raised a family, and of course become empty nesters in the process.
So is it really reasonable to expect older Aussies to downsize without making it worth their while?
We thought it's time to, move out. Let somebody else have the pleasure of the home.
It's just got vast amount of memories and, you just want to treasure them. We were thrilled another family moved in and become a family home.
I wouldn't. Pretty simple.
Dr. Liz Allen is a demographer and social researcher with the ANU and is with us now. Liz, should we be giving older Aussies more of a reason to downsize?
We certainly should. When we're talking about a full-out onslaught of a cluster of crises when it comes to housing, everything must be on the table. And that includes the mismatch of housing that we have in this country, where people are in homes that are too big, while those are struggling at the other end of the age spectrum to get a house to establish their lives and have a family.
It's I never thought I'd say this, but I do have some sympathy for baby boomers here because, how big an issue is it that they're not downsizing? Because it's for years they were told, work hard, buy a house and have it, and now they're being told to get rid of it for the good of everyone else. It's I feel like Steve Price, but give them a break.
Look, it feels a bit... Boomers can't catch a break at the moment. It's not fair. Let's get behind the boomers in a good way. What we're seeing here is a really tricky situation where there are a number of disincentives that are preventing people who truly do want to downsize into a righter fit of a home, but can't. What we do know is that ageing in the home is good for you. Ageing in place means staying connected with your community. But it's much harder to retrofit an older home to make it more accessible. So right-sizing into a more accessible home probably feels right. The difficulty is how do we support people to make that transition when they have local connections to places of worship, to supermarkets, to the local GP, for example. There's a lot here that has gone unnoticed and unchecked for far too long, but it's one really important part of that entire suite of the housing crisis.
Another reason is that a lot of these baby boomers are saying that they're open to their kids returning to the nest. 80% of them say that, they're open to that idea. Are we actually seeing this, sort of the millennials moving back in with the parents?
Oh, look, we're seeing the whole gamut of age ranges moving back in with the parents. And they're returning not just with themselves and maybe a cat, but also with kiddos. So then we have this massive readjustment and renegotiation of what it is to be a parent and a grandparent in this multi-generational household that isn't equipped for what's needed in terms of multiple living spaces and so on.
We're hearing you, and in terms of the greater social good, absolutely spot on. But how would you actually sell it to a baby boomer? Like, if you've got just 30 seconds, what is your elevator pitch to get out of your house and give it to me?
All right. You've raised the kids, now raise the glass and get out of there before the kids return with their kids and make a mess of the place. Find somewhere small and sweet and live your life like your kid's inheritance doesn't depend on it.
Oh, wow. I mean, I don't know if that'll work, but I reckon I'd buy a used car off you, Dave. Fantastic.
Look, I'd settle for a small house on the fringes of a city anywhere. Being a forever renter, I'm all for it.
Yeah, you're in Canberra. There's your problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.